All right. Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm Jim. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here with me. We're just going to do a quick update today and just kind of give you a warning that this market is about to turn. It is imminent. I just want to let you know that. I know a lot of people saying we're going to the moon. We are not. We're actually going to have a false. We're going to have a false start, and we're gonna cancel the shuttle flight. So we're going to have a correction here. So I want to show you what I'm seeing in the charts and let you know what I think is going to be happening here with Bitcoin. So, hey, welcome again. First off, just my quick disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor, so I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. I'm just going to show you how I'm spending mine. All right. Let's look at BTC. I want to focus in on two lessons today. Number one, I want to look at divergence again, and secondly, I want to look at a triangle. I want to show you how to trade triangles as well as understand why triangles develop and what the market makers are doing with triangles. Okay. All right. So those are our two goals today. So and along with looking at price. So we're in the 8-hour chart of Bitcoin, and what you see here is I've drawn a line. I've drawn a trend line here. This is in the direction of the trend, right in this little area right here. Okay. And what I want you to notice is that we have the RSI moving to the downside. Okay, the strength is weakening while price is moving to the upside. That means the strength by which the price is moving to the upside is getting weaker, and this is on the 8-hour chart. Now, what you can see here is that we have divergence from strength here from this area to this area on the 8-hour chart. This is widespread divergence as well. That means we have from mountain peak to mountain peak. That's what I call widespread divergence, and that's on the 8-hour chart. Well, if we go into the 4-hour chart, I want to show you what we're seeing there as well. On the 4-hour chart, here's our price line there, and you can see how the move is weakening. Now, this divergence can be wiped out with a strong move to the upside. That is possible, but generally, when you're on the higher time frames, when you're seeing divergence, it's unlikely, but it is possible. So I want to mention that. But here we have movement to the downside with the RSI while price is going up. Let me show you a little bit more closely in the more recent from this peak to this peak in price. You see the up move there, but you can see from that peak, the two peaks on the RSI associated with it, it's moving to the downside. So we've got divergence there. This is bearish divergence. Okay, let's move into the 1-hour chart. I'm going to show you the divergence there. And what we need to understand is as we move in on time frames, the divergence is as the divergence is there, we understand that price is imminently going to change. Okay, so here we have a peak here to here. Okay, and then we've got this peak to this peak, and you can see that there's on the 1-hour chart bearish divergence as well. So everything is pointing to an imminent change at some point today. Today is Friday. What you need to know, Friday is a big the weekends in particular, but Friday night, overnight, a lot of times, like in the wee hours of the morning, this is when the price moves. Sometimes in the evening hours too, at the end of the close of the day, as well as a potential. So we need to be ready. My target is still about 6,500. What I'm looking for, this chart is setting up for a final push to the upside. If we take this, let me go back one, maybe to the 3-hour chart. We've got guests in the home, and so if you hear noise in the background, that's we're having a lot of fun this week. So um, let's see here. We do a measured move here. Um, with the Fibonacci's. Okay. Oh, this this looks like a three wave. We got a 1, 2. This looks like a three wave. That means we're coming up to make the this, and then the fourth, and then we're coming up to make the fifth wave. Now this is really kind of hard to count. So, but that's the best we can see here. I'm thinking that this was 4, maybe a flat right there, and that means. This was probably the 1, 2 of the fifth wave. If we do a measured move off of that, let's see what the fibs are telling us again. I did this yesterday, but I'm just doing it again today. It tells us we're reaching the third wave mark somewhere in there. At the 60 where we are right now, we've reached the 1618. That's a good place for the third wave, and so that means to measure the fifth wave usually comes in this area up here. So that's around the $6,500 mark. We're still looking for that. but if we put a measured move there, I don't know how deep the 4 is going to be if we get a 4 down here. But you can see how the 618 is usually our target there. Um, $6,500. Everything to me is pointing to $6,500. We're probably going to wick up or shoot. I don't know if we'll shoot up or we'll just keep rising up there really, really slowly and methodically like we have been. I'm not sure how price is going to move, but to be honest with you, the way price is moving is so ominous, and it's creating tension in the market, and we understand that. It's a lot of guessing, a lot of speculating. So basically, we're looking for price to make a reversal here soon. You ought to be thinking about taking profits if you're in a trade now. You ought to be thinking about taking profits soon. But anyway, so that's what I'm seeing. Seeing lots of divergence. That's telling us the price is looking to come to the downside. You say, okay, what if price does come to the downside? What are some targets we should be looking for? Let's just use structure for now and without fibs, and let's see if there's anything the structure is telling us. We've got really good structure points there and there, so we ought to see a bounce here. And a bounce here. But our first target is going to be right around the $5,000 mark. That'll be a good place for there to be a bounce. And then after that, we'll see this is the next major structure level at $4,200. I guess we need to mark the bottom. I guess I already did, but let me mark the bottom here about $4,800. That's an important level as well. So anywhere between 42 and up here, these are the targets we're looking for. If we see a move down to the downside, we might see an ABC look something like this. A, B, and C coming down like that, and bounce off of some of these targets, these price zones. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. That's a potential landing point in the way, or actually, this might even come down to here. That might be a beautiful ABC there. So we'll have to see how it plays out, but that's what we're looking for. We're looking for an imminent move here to the downside, probably today or tomorrow. Okay, let's look at Litecoin. And I want to show you a triangle now. I want to try to get into why triangles develop and how to trade them again. Okay, let's go to the 1 hour chart just so we can see it a little bit easier. There we go. Let me get some of my old counting here. I put some counts on there just to test. What I want to show you here is let me get this. Let me get rid of that trend line here. Yes, I had a price alarm on that trend line. You can do that if price crosses that trend line, then it'll give me an alert on my phone. So I had an alarm set. So what you'll notice is that price came down in 3 waves. That's an ABC, right? So we had a move to the upside followed by an ABC. So the market is thinking, you see this 5 waves that followed? It looks like 5 waves that followed. A trader like me, I'm thinking, okay, on a pullback, I'm going to look to jump in. I want to look to jump in. So as the 5 waves came up and it came back here, I'm actually looking for an entry in fact, I called out a trade right here at about the 76. I called it out at about the $76 mark. But what they do is, in order to trap traders, rather than go up. What I was anticipating was after this came down, I was anticipating. Let's see, 1, 2. And then 3, 4, 5, like that. That's what I'm anticipating. What they do is they extend this correction out, okay? And triangles happen in two different places. They happen in the 4 wave and in the B wave. So this is either A, B, C, or this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This triangle right here is in the 4 or in the B position. I think it's in the B position. Okay, this is another triangle. I think this is also in the B position. That means I'm expecting a move to the high, and we got one that broke out. So what you do to trade this, rather than, if you aren't in a position, I got in the position here, and I kind of got stuck in this triangle. It trapped me in that triangle. So basically, what they do is they bring price down here, and they scare traders out of their trades. Then they bring it back up. And then you think the trade's going your way, and then it comes back down, and it just kind of keeps you bogged into this price range. And I've been stuck in this trade. I got in at $76 because that's the way I was looking for. I didn't set a stop because I thought I was right. I just thought this was going to be a deeper 2. And so I stayed in the trade, and it was fine to stay in it. It came back up several times. I've had several chances to get out of this trade, but I haven't felt the necessity to do that. But that's what they do. And so basically, last night price shot up out of the triangle. What you do if you're not in the trade, you want to wait for the breakout and then want to wait for a retest of that triangle. We now have the retest. This is a fairly low interest risk, a low interest, excuse me, a low risk entry right here to the market, and we're looking for a move to the upside. So I am looking for another move in Litecoin and another move and Bitcoin to the upside. Now, how hard and how high this move is going to go, I don't know. Uh, the the market is moving so slow and methodically right now. It's just so hard to tell. But let me just show you my overall bias count to what we've got going on. What I believe is happening is that we did reach the top here of this wave structure. The Litecoin already topped out. We're not going to make a new high for a bit. And what I believe that we have going on here is an a B, and a C. The reason I believe that this B wave is actually three waves right here. This is a B wave here. So let's zoom in and look and take a peek at this B wave. But this is what I'm expecting. Um, Change it now to the 4 hour time frame and look a little closer at it. There we go. So I believe what we're looking at is probably a WXY. We've got a B, C. We've got this entire triangle as your B wave, okay? And then we're going to probably have another ABC coming up, something like so. Okay, that's what I'm kind of watching for. You say, well, what price target are you looking at? Well, if it does that, and that's a big, gigantic if. It doesn't have to do this, but this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Probably going to come up to the one-to-one extension. Probably looking at a price target at $88. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. Um, I will be very happy with a trade at $88, and I'm probably going to be looking to see what the market's doing as it approaches $88 and looking for my exit. I'll be looking for divergence in the lower time frames and looking for my exit point. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to be happening here to Litecoin over the weekend. Now, it doesn't have to have this shape. It could just go straight up to it and some kind of little pulses, and those are your waves, and that's it. And then we take a dive. But that's what I'm looking for. And then after that, I'm expecting a correction down again. All right, so the overall count of this would then be W. This would be that first ABC would be a W. This would be an X wave, and this would be the Y wave. This would be a double correction, okay? And then we'd be coming down. And then if you want to get a little bit deeper into Elliott wave, what you would really have then. Sorry about that. Look at all that junk all over the chart. Rather than this being ABC, it's a potential for this actually just to be called WXY as well. We've got an ABC coming down, ABC going up, and then we're going to have an ABC coming down. If that's the case, this W wave should be the same as this Y wave. If that's the case, let me give you a price target for that on the downside. We're looking at about $52. Okay, there is structure right here at $52, so that might be a good landing point. That's if this count is right. We're not sure if this is right. We're gonna have to let the market play it out. We got structure here at $60. That's still a target that we're looking at as a potential as well. And we definitely have structure down here, big time here at the $42 mark. $42 is going to be a really good price. Place for a price to stop on Litecoin. So be looking for the downside here on Litecoin as well, and that's what we're doing. So those are the targets today. That's a quick update today. I hope that helps you in your trading this week. Let me give you an overall warning. Be careful. The price is going to hit a top very soon. It's approaching. 6,500. We're not going to get up past 6,500 much. We might get up to 6,700, I imagine. I just do not see us going. They may try to push price harder to get more. 68, 68.30. That's going to be the ultimate top if we go that high. That's what I'm thinking right now. I could be wrong. God knows I could be wrong. So that's just what I'm thinking, giving my opinion of the market. Hope that helps you think about the market as well. You guys keep in mind about the divergence. Watch yourselves very carefully. And you guys have a great weekend. We'll bring a video tomorrow and see what's going on with the charts. Have a fantastic weekend.